$539 a month. That's what Volume charges before you can send a single conversion event to Meta's API. Not their top tier, their third tier. And Hyros won't even tell you a price until you book a demo call and prove you're spending 10 grand a month on ads.
Which is the first sign these tools aren't competing with each other. If one requires a sales call and a $40,000 monthly ad spend floor, and the other sells itself off a pricing page starting at $149, they're not in the same market.
That's the thing people miss when they search Volume versus Hyros. Volume is a campaign tracker. It routes clicks, splits traffic, manages postbacks for CPA offers. Hyros is an attribution platform. It stitches together a customer who saw a Facebook ad, opened 4 emails, watched a YouTube video, and bought a $2,000 coaching program 3 weeks later.
So if you're running ClickBank offers with push traffic, Hyros literally doesn't have the infrastructure for that. No postback URLs, no redirect tracking, no traffic source templates. You'd be buying a sports car to haul lumber.
Let's talk about what the money actually gets you. Volume's entry plan is $149 a month for 1 million events and 20 active campaigns. Sounds reasonable until you realize CAPI isn't included. You need the startup tier at $539 to send conversion data server-side to Meta, Google, or TikTok.
That's the part that surprises people. In 2026, server-side conversion tracking isn't a premium feature. It's the baseline. Gating it behind a tier that costs 3.5 times your entry plan puts the marketers who need signal quality the most, the ones at $2 to $5 grand a month in ad spend, in a tough spot.
And then there's Automizer, Volume's campaign automation layer. That's a separate fee, free up to $1,000 a month in tracked ad spend. But a buyer doing 100 grand a month on the startup plan is paying $539 plus $550 for Automizer, over $1 grand a month just for infrastructure.
Hyros flips the model entirely. Their pricing scales with your tracked revenue, around $369 a month if you're under $40,000 in monthly revenue, $629 for $40,000 to $83,000, over $1,000 a month once you cross $280K, and that's with a 12-month commitment you sign before you've even tested the product.
No free trial, no free tier, no way to evaluate it without a sales conversation and a long-term contract. They do offer a 90-day ROI guarantee, 15% improvement or your money back, which is something. But you're still locked in for a year.
The revenue-scaled pricing sounds fair on paper. You pay more as you earn more. But I've talked to people with seasonal businesses who hate it. Your tracking bill spikes during your highest volume months, exactly when margin pressure is worst.
Now, where Volume genuinely earns its money. AI traffic distribution. If you're running 30 split tests across creatives and landing pages simultaneously, Volume actively shifts traffic toward winners. Hyros doesn't do that at all. Hyros tells you what converted. Volume decides what gets the next click.
That's a real capability gap if you're a media buyer managing Volume. And Volume's anti-fraud kit matters too. Bot detection, landing page traps, traffic quality scoring. If you buy from push networks or native placements where bot traffic is a real problem, Hyros has nothing for that.
On the other hand, Hyros does something Volume can't touch. Multi-touch attribution across weeks, not sessions. A customer sees a Facebook ad Tuesday, reads 3 emails, clicks a YouTube ad the following week, and buys 14 days later. Hyros maps that entire journey. Volume sees the last click.
For a $2,000 coaching program where the buyer decision takes 3 weeks, that's not a nice feature. That's the only way to know which campaigns actually drive revenue versus which ones get credit by accident. Last-click attribution in that environment doesn't just miss data, it actively misleads your budget decisions.
Hyros also tracks customer lifetime value by acquisition source. So you can find out that YouTube buyers spend 2.3 times more over 12 months than Facebook buyers and move budget accordingly. Volume tracks the first conversion. After that, the customer disappears from your data. No recurring purchase tracking, no retention insights, no LTV by channel.
Okay, so here's where it gets interesting. What are both of them missing? Because there's a gap, neither one closes, and it costs real money every day.
Refund correction signals. Neither Volume nor Hyros automatically tells Google, Meta, or TikTok when a customer refunds. Both can detect refunds and log them as events in their dashboards. Then, nothing happens. The critical step they skip is sending the correction signal back. Google needs a retract. Meta needs a refund event. TikTok needs a cancel order. Without those, your ad platforms keep optimizing toward refunded customers.
Think about that concretely. 100 sales come in over 2 weeks. 14 buyers refund over the next month, which is normal for ClickBank. Your algorithm learned from all 100. It's actively finding more people who look like those 14 refunders. The longer it runs uncorrected, the deeper it digs into a refunder-shaped audience.
This is something I built into ClickerVolt specifically because nobody else was doing it. When a refund comes through ClickBank's IPN, it auto-fires a retract to Google, a refund event to Meta, a cancel order to TikTok. The algorithm corrects itself. But even if you don't use what I built, you need to solve this somehow. Manual CSV uploads, custom API scripts, something. Leaving refunds unsynced is lighting money on fire.
There's also the signal depth question. Meta's CAPI accepts 15 matching parameters for event match quality. Email, phone, IP, user agent, click ID, that's 5. Then there's browser ID, external ID, first name, last name, date of birth, gender, city, state, zip, country. Most trackers stop at 5. The other 10 parameters just never get sent. Meta can use all 15, and each additional signal improves how many conversions get matched back to real users.
Higher match quality means Meta connects more of your conversions to real users, which directly improves how the algorithm optimizes your spend. It's not a vanity metric. It changes what audience the algorithm builds for you.
So what's the decision framework here? Because these tools aren't interchangeable.
If you run affiliate offers across push, native, pop, and paid social, if you need traffic splitting and bot detection and campaign automation rules, Volume is built for exactly that workflow. If you run a high-ticket business with long sales cycles and you need to trace revenue across email, calls, and ads over weeks, that's Hyros. If you sell digital products on ClickBank and you need your ad platforms to actually know when someone refunds, neither one does that today.
The real question isn't which tracker is better. It's whether you're buying a campaign manager or an attribution engine. Pick the wrong category, and the price tag is the least of your problems.